Eromanga Sensei. I'm honestly quite surprised I enjoyed the first episode as much as I did. I started watching the episode thinking I might dislike it and just instantly drop it, but when the episode finished, the ending song started playing, I'm like, I actually had fun. That was pretty fun to watch, and I'm like, I guess I will check this down for a new Saturday anime to look forward to. So, to do a quick FYI, if you have already watched the first episode, or you're about to watch the first episode, and you're unaware of it, this series is by the same writer that did Oreimo. Now, I feel like majority of the anime community most likely knows about Oreimo and how the ending was, and just like, I want to be honest here, I did not like the ending of Oreimo, and I was looking at this series with skepticism, because I didn't know if it was going to be good or not, but I was honestly surprised with how much I enjoyed the first episode. There is a lot of similarities to Oreimo. I'm just going to be point and blank here. There is a lot of similarities with the first episode. You have the step-siblings, you have it to where, you know, they're into anime or manga or whatever, or in this case, they're now doing light novels, and I mean, there's some similarities between the characters, but it's actually done better. I feel like the way this is being done, Eromanga Sensei, it's kind of like the writer has learned from their mistakes and is making a better series, because the start is automatically way better than how Oreimo was when it started. So I do appreciate that aspect of this series. But on top of that, though, it seems like the main sister character, like the younger sister, she doesn't seem as much of an ass as, Kirino was from, Oreimo. She feels like she is a perfect blend of tsundere compared to what, Kirino was from Oreimo. And I appreciate that as well, because sometimes when it comes to tsundere type characters, they can be too much tsun and not enough dairy. And I like how this was. I like the balance between it and all that, and how the characters were being presented. But also some of the insults, like, oh my god, like what the sister said to our main male character was just savage, on a whole new level of savage, when this man didn't understand what was going on, and she was just yelling at him, calling him dumb or whatever, and was like, you're just like a light novel protagonist. I'm like, bro, that is such a fucking burn, because just to really nail in, okay, to nail in this, what makes it so much more savage, okay? This is based off of a light novel series, but on top of that, though, the actual voice actor that's voicing the character, he mainly voices light novel protagonists, like he's voiced Kirito. Yeah, he's voiced Belle. He's voiced a lot of light novel protagonists and all that. The typical protagonist that's very stereotypical. But then, we see how eventually he voiced, Beetlejuice from Re:Zero, which we know this man has a lot of talent because of how he voiced Beetlejuice. That was probably the most surprising performance I have ever seen, because seeing this man voice a different type of character when he normally voices like the standard light novel protagonist, I'm like, yo, that was completely surprising. So he can be a very good voice actor. He has a lot of talent for that, and it's funny when majority of the time he voices light novel protagonists, he gets that insult though. I thought that was honestly very funny just because of the way that was done. But anyways, besides the insult, let's talk about what the plot is about, because many that are probably still watching this video is like, okay, so what is Eromanga Sensei about, besides having some Oreimo type vibes to it, or a lot of similarities? Well, the main gist of it is to where the series starts off, the main male character, the older brother, he is introduced to his younger sister. They're not related by blood, so they're step-siblings. And over time, it seems like the parents, they passed away or they're no longer there, and he is now taking the role of being kind of like the man of the house. He's, watching over the house, making sure everything is fine, making breakfast, caring for his little sister. Pretty much, that's the main gist of it. And apparently, she hasn't come out of her room for a very long time. She's a shut-in, and she just doesn't leave her room, and he hasn't seen his sister's face in a very long time, because she's always shut inside of her room. So every morning, he gets up, he makes breakfast for her, he delivers it to her, she lays the tray out or whatever he takes it, it's a back and forth thing. And he hasn't seen his sister in a very long time just because of the way she is. And he's pretty much by himself, and he's trying to figure out ways to make money, which eventually leads him to actually writing a light novel series. It's one of the things he felt fun and enjoyable when he was growing up, and eventually he turned that into his main job. He is now writing stories, light novel series, and with all light novel writers, they need someone to do the pictures. They need, someone to do the cover and stuff like that. And so eventually he discovers this illustrator, which is Eromanga Sensei, to do his art for him. And over time, after working together for a year, he still doesn't know the identity of Eromanga Sensei, and thankfully later on in the episode, it's revealed that it's actually his little sister that is the one doing all these lewd illustrations. So I thought that was very funny. It was kind of obvious how that was going to go with the plot because of the type of series it is, but it's pretty funny how they're working together on a light novel series, but on top of that, the little sister is doing some very lewd illustrations, like straight up hentai illustrations most likely, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? So there was some very cute moments also with the first episode. I mean, absolute adorable moments. I gotta admit, regardless of some, Oreimo vibes and stuff, there's some very adorable moments throughout the episode from the main female character. I'm like, she's just so cute. And on top of that, going even further, I also love just the interaction between the two characters. I mean, they actually have some perfect chemistry with each other in terms of characters, so I was fine when seeing them just, arguing or bickering, or they were talking about things. It just felt very nice to watch. So this is a type of series I feel like is a perfect series to kind of conclude the day. Like, if you want something to kind of top the day off after all the action we see on Saturday, for instance, Attack on Titan, Boku no Hero Academia, reading the Tokyo Ghoul chapter, and been watching Dragon Ball Super, I feel like this is the type of series you want to save for last for the day to watch, because it's one of those series where you can just sit back, grab a cup of coffee, grab your tea, grab your snack, whatever, and just conclude the day, because it's that type of series. It's a relaxing series that's pretty fun. So, yeah, first episode of Eromanga Sensei, I personally enjoyed it. I do want to continue talking about the series, I do. It depends on where it's going to go. So we just need to see where episode 2 and episode 3 goes. It also does have the potential to go to complete shit in the future, so I don't know if it's going to retain the status of being good. We just need to see where it's going to go. But for now, though, I enjoy it. We'll see where it's going to go. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.